Hello and welcome to the Mike's DIY Tips channel on YouTube. I'm Mike, and in this video I'd like to show you some ideas for storing tools, equipment and spare materials so that they are easily seen, readily accessible and kept off the floor by using available wall space. So the first item we're looking at is the ordinary garden strimmer. It depends on the configuration of your handle, but I used a piece of 10mm wooden doweling so that it would hook under the handle like that, up there. Very simple but very accessible. To do this you need a 10mm diameter piece of wood doweling and a masonry drill to suit. Then you have to just shave down the end of the wood and drive it into the hole with a hammer. Now, still in the corner underneath the garden strimmer, I've got these two bits of aluminium strip screwed in place and just a nice enclosure for short lengths of timber and metal items. It's made out of redundant door threshold strip. It's aluminium, it's easy to bend and easy to drill. If you want to subdivide this opening, I've made something out of robust wire. Just bent round there and hooked into a screw eye, screwed into the wall. Just further along the wall I've got a winding reel for my garden electric cable and for my garden hose. There's a separate video called Winding Reels for Cable and Hose, which you may like to look at if you're interested in making those. Further along the same wall I've got my ladder stored horizontally and held in place by shelf brackets like that. This arm here is too long, so I'll just cut it off there to suit the amount of ladder projection. And then, as you can see, the ladder itself gives you a useful ledge to put polishing cloths, window leather and things like that. Now, at the bottom of the same wall I'm storing pieces of wooden board, various thicknesses, various sizes, and some are quite narrow, held in place by the bigger pieces, and that's a wallpaper pasting table. Now yes, you can lean stuff against the wall, but doing that it takes up a lot more floor space. So I'm going to show you a way of holding them tight against the wall, and this is by using bungee rope. This is stretchy cord, quite stretchy. I got it from a large DIY store. And that's pulled tight enough to hold these against the wall, taking up minimum floor space. Each of the 4 fixing points for the bungee cord are a simple cup hook screwed into a standard wall plug. Set your cord in place like that, pull it taut and judge where you need your loop to be. And then just undo the cord while you tie the loop. So with the loop marked in the way I just showed you, do a half knot like this, pull it all through and the job's done, and then you can check that it's okay and then cut off the surplus piece. On this wall we've got several things stored tightly together. First of all, I've got a shelf about 2 feet from the ground, 60 centimetres, and underneath that is my folding bike. This is my garden lawn mower. It's a bit big and bulky, it sticks out from the wall, but the car still goes in quite comfortably. I've got my golf bag there, electric golf trolley, and this is the electric lawn vacuum cleaner cum leaf blower. So let's have a look at those items individually. Before we have a look at the way we hook the mower onto the wall, let's have a look at this idea. This is a simple idea for storing your accessories for the vacuum cleaner. Square piece of wood of suitable size for the tube to go on, and the same with the other things. The horizontal cross member of the tubular frame of the mower hooks onto these cup hooks. Just a large size standard cup hook, and you have to make sure that that is big enough for the size of the tube on the mower. My cup hooks go up into the timber shelf, but equally you could drill and plug the wall and screw them into the wall. So I'm going to lift the mower onto these hooks, so keep your eye on those hooks. In the folded position, the mower goes onto the hooks like that, and it's quite safe and off the floor, not taking up floor space. Further down the wall is my golf bag. That simply rests on the shelf that I showed you and lifts off easily. My electric golf trolley is suspended on this loop of strong cord which unhooks here, and I've made the hook out of a piece of 3mm garden fence wire, and we've got two screw eyes here into the timber shelf. So this is how it hooks on. So I hold the trolley up with one hand while hooking it with the other, and that's off the floor, taking up no floor space and quite safe. So in the corner is where I hang my garden vacuum cleaner. There's a convenient slot in the handle there, and I use that to hook onto a large cup hook. That cup hook is bigger than the ones I've been showing you, and it's screwed into the wooden shelf, and it hooks on as easily and simply as that. So then we use this bungee cord to secure it in place. So underneath all that lot, underneath the shelf that I showed you, is my folding bike, and it's concealed by this hinged frame covered with old curtain fabric. The bike is secured with a simple bungee like that, and it can come straight out. And we just close it off, and it's nice and secure and out of sight. Now we're extending the idea of the cord going across, securing things against the wall. In this case, it's a tall pair of decorators' steps across the windbreak there as well. And instead of using bungee cord, I'm using curtain wire. This is the springy curtain wire that you use to put up lightweight curtains in the window. This works best when you're always fixing the same item to the wall. In other words, always the same depth and therefore always the same length of curtain wire required. Curtain wire is not very suitable if the thickness of item being secured keeps on varying. If in your garden you've got a patio table and chair set with cushions on the seats, and you've got an umbrella, you could be interested in this storage unit for the seat cushions and for the patio umbrella. There's a separate video on this called Patio Cushion and Umbrella Store, if you're interested in making the item. Finally, I want to show you my overhead storage rack. It can be used for long lengths of timber, plastic, metal, tubing, bamboo canes, curtain rail, and I've got my old golf trolley there, garden fertiliser spreader, some boards here. The construction is simple. I've got 3 beams going across, 75 by 50 millimetre timber, or 3 inch by 2 inch, held in place at each end by a robust shelf bracket, one at each end. The other thing about this rack is that it's got another smaller one hanging down for shorter lengths of timber, and here I've got 3 pieces of wood going across, held by screws in this plywood drop panel, and that enables me to store short pieces, and I can see everything I've got and I can reach things down easily. In actual fact, this is in 2 layers. There's a layer here and a layer here, because it's only storing small sections and items: plastic tubing, old golf clubs, fluorescent tube, timber, beading, metal, wardrobe rail, short bamboo canes. You could store lots of different things. And it's still safe for me to walk underneath, even though I'm 6 foot 2 inches or 1.88 metres. So there you are then. I hope you found those storage ideas useful, and you'll be able to put 1 or 2 of them into practice yourself. If you want to watch some of those other ready-made videos that I've mentioned, you can click one of the icons coming up on screen now. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again very soon.